Hello and welcome again to Community Viewpoint. My name is Dr. Christopher Salute. I want to thank KPVM for having me on. Thank you to Mikey Rooney for producing the show and also reminding me to stop wearing crimson so you can actually see me. Really excited to have our guest on today. One of our kind of people of Pahrump segments. We have Amanda Balog here from the Nice Community Coalition. She's a youth prevention coordinator. Now, Amanda, I always do this. I tend to not introduce people properly. I'll just, I'll remember that, your favorite color is tangerine orange, but I won't remember what you do. So why don't you tell everybody, all the millions of viewers at home, who you are and what you do.
All right, I am Amanda Balog. I have been with the coalition for 9 years in June. I do a lot of stuff at the coalition. What brought me to Pahrump originally was I was living in Northern California and my house was being sold, and so I moved to be closer to my grandparents, and I found my wonderful job at the coalition and I never left. And so while I was going to school at the coalition, I was finishing up my bachelor's degree in family and human development. I also have 2 associate's degrees. I have one in child development and one in social and behavioral sciences.
Wow. Cool.
And then I am also a certified teacher through the California Teaching Consortium.
Wow, that's awesome. So to be clear, you came to Pahrump, and your first kind of, I'll say, like adult job was at the coalition after your degrees. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you came from Northern California to here.
Did.
But you're not part of the new traffic, right? That's only the past couple of years, so you're a true Pahrumpian.
Yeah, oh yeah, Pahrump has changed me for the better. I feel so happy being in Pahrump. I feel like the community is so close knit, and it's really nice because even if you're outside and somebody needs help with a cart, everybody is so willing to help, and I've never experienced that before moving to Pahrump, and it really makes my heart happy.
It's contagious too, it really is, and that's one of the reasons that I love doing the show, is to let folks know, what all the resources are and what's going on. So, if you don't know, Megan, who's my fiance, also works at the coalition, and she kind of explains to me that folks wear a lot of hats at the coalition, so it's very rare that you find somebody that does one thing. So what are the few things that you tend to do at your job at the coalition? Yeah,
so one of the things that I do is I manage the AmeriCorps Vista grant. We are looking for Vistas and AmeriCorps. If you're interested in that, you can, my contact information will be available for you, so you can contact me if that's something you're interested in.
And so they know what that is, because that's a really cool program.
Yes, so AmeriCorps Vista, what it is a volunteer program that you get a living stipend, and you also get an educational award at the end of your 1-year term. Basically, what we say about AmeriCorps is that we get stuff done. So AmeriCorps can really do anything. They can teach classes, they can help around the community, all of the types of things. With a Vista, it's a little bit more restricted. You can't do so much of the direct service, but you can still do all of the background policies, interviews, all of those types of things. So depending on your skill level, that's what you would choose, the Vista or the AmeriCorps position. So I do that. I supervise them. I also run a program called Teen Outreach Program. And so what this is a social emotional learning development for youth 13 to 24. And what we do is we talk about leadership skills, we talk about self-advocacy, we talk about how to pinpoint where your feelings are, which is really nice, and the youth really like it. That is a longer program, so that is a 12-week program with 20 hours of community service that are required.
Cool.
And the last program that I teach is called Positive Prevention Plus. This is a life skills class. So what you learn in this class is you learn about the difference between healthy and unhealthy relationships. You learn about goals. You learn about human development. You learn about what a family looks like. It's really about motivating you to make the proper choices. There is a very small 1-hour section that is on sexual health. So we do require permission forms for that if you are under 18.
Very cool. So now, how do I, as a, let's say, a parent or a young person who wants to learn one of these many things, where do I find this information and how do I sign up for these things?
Oh, good question. So you can contact me, Amanda Baylog, at the Coalition, and on the screen you can see there is my email address, and there is also my telephone number, and that's my extension. The best way to get a hold of me is my email, because I can check it from my phone. So I can check that as soon as possible. I'm not always at my desk, so if you're more comfortable with an email, that is great, or a phone call, and then we'll get you started. I do these Positive Prevention Plus classes. I do them the last Friday of every month. So if you're interested, please give me a call and I can get you signed up.
Now, it's the same class every month, so that if I miss this one, I can do the next one.
Yes, they are the same class every month.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And y'all teach a lot of classes there. We had the AmeriCorps come visit me, even on campus, and they're going to do, starting in the summer, what's the class that they're going to teach?
Lift class.
Yes, and
Lift.
that's about financial
literacy. Yep.
Very cool. Very cool. So I'm sure a lot of folks don't know this, but these classes cost how much?
Zero.
So I sign up. If the class is open, I can take the class.
Yeah, and you know what's really cool is that if you do sign up for either the Teen Outreach program, which is a 12-week, or if you sign up for the once a month, it's from 9 to 3:30. If you sign up for that, you get a $25 gift card.
Oh.
So you get a $25 gift card, you get a little goodie bag, and you get to take home some fidget toys.
Cool.
And I feed you breakfast, and I buy way too much food, and I let you guys take it home at the end of the day.
That's amazing. Is the gift card just a generic, or is it somewhere? Or?
So our gift cards that we have right now are for food places that are close to the Coalition.
Oh.
So that way, because they get an hour for lunch, it's within walking distance.
They can spend it on lunch.
So they can spend it on lunch, yeah.
I love that. That is really cool. Now, so you've been teaching these classes. You've been at the Coalition for about 9 years.
Yeah.
Tell us a story, or tell us, what is it that empowers you and motivates you to do this?
Oh man. So my heart is really with direct service. And what I mean by that is I love working with people. I love working with youth. Before I worked for the Coalition, I worked for a before and after school program for a long time, and that was elementary school aged. And then when I moved to Pahrump and I got into the Coalition, I moved into the older youth, that 13 to 24. And I just had a niche for it, and I love it, and I love what I do. If I'm teaching, that's my happy place. I love teaching. I love people asking questions. I love all of those things. It really fuels me.
That's awesome. Really cool. And you have a family with some kids that age as well, so it probably helps to bring that home.
Oh gosh, yes, definitely. So I was able to use some of the things that I learned while I was doing my Positive Prevention Plus to talk to my 12-year-old about development and things that she'll be expecting. So it was really cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So we've heard a lot about what you do, and we love having folks on the from the Coalition. I believe John has a gentleman from the Coalition here as well. What I'd love to know at this point is, so you're on the show, you've got, like I said, the millions and billions of viewers watching at home in Pahrump. What are you here for? What can we do to help you?
I would love to get some AmeriCorps Vistas to apply, to email me to inquire. I would also love to get my rate of people coming to my Friday classes that I have once a month. I would really love to see some more youth going to those, because I think it's a really important class.
Yeah, that is really an important class. And we know some of the Vistas and the AmeriCorps folks, and the living wages or the stipend that they get is pretty helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they learn a lot of life skills, right? A lot like our WEC students do as well. And, and although it's not written in stone anywhere, the goal is to learn how the Coalition works, so that eventually perhaps you can interview for a job there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have hired many of our youth. I actually was a client of the Coalition. when I got the job.
Oh, cool.
So I went through the workforce program, and I saw there was an opening, and I applied, and I got it, and yeah, I've been there ever since. I tell them that they're never getting rid of me.
Good. Well, we love to have you here, Amanda. So the goal for Amanda here, and you'll see her information on the screen. I've seen it a couple of times already. Thanks, Mikey, for putting it up there. She works with a great group of folks, these AmeriCorps folks that really do help around. I mean, they've been at my campus, I know that. They've been all around town. So if you're looking for volunteer experience, or you're looking for experience to move yourself into the coalition, it's a great way to start. And if you're a youth who just, I guess, sounds like just want to know how life works a little bit, you could take a Friday and go to that class. Now, do the students who take your class, how do they tell their teachers that they're going to take this class?
So I do offer Saturday classes.
Okay.
I usually quarterly will offer a Saturday class.
Cool.
Because of school.
Gotcha.
So I do have a class tomorrow, which I know this will air after that, but
yes.
So I have
a class yesterday.
Yes. I apologize. Yes, I have a class yesterday. And so the next one is going to be at the end of May. I apologize, I don't have the date right off my head, but at the end of May, on that Friday, it'll be at 9 a.m. So if you want to show up, you can just show up. You can call me, however you would like to come.
Very, very cool. Well, thank you so much, Amanda, for being on the show.
Thank you.
You are watching Community Viewpoint. I am your host, as always, Dr. Christopher Salute. You'll see John in a moment. I want to thank, again, KPVM for having me on the air. I normally don't stutter when I say that, but today just must be a weird day. Thank you, Mikey, for producing the show. And Amanda, is there anything last minute that you just want to make sure that our viewers at home know?
AmeriCorps can be if you've never had a job. So even if you've never worked before, you can still apply for AmeriCorps.
Very cool, very cool. We want to thank Amanda Baylog for being on the show. Thanks so much for United Communities Coalition for allowing her to take the time to do it as well. We're so happy to have them in our community. Again, you're watching Community Viewpoint. This is Dr. Christopher Salute. I want to thank you so much. Have a good night, y'all.
Hot dogs. And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pollock, your host for this segment. And this segment, we have with us Ed Kelly, the program director, or
job developer,
amongst
other things.
Yes. Every time you're here, it's a different moniker, basically.
We just keep adding more and more.
No, keep adding, not a different.
Yeah, not different. Just keep adding.
So anyway, what are we going to be talking about today?
So first off, let's just talk about the program for WIOA, which is Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, and the funding that comes from that allows people to come in and use our resource room. They can use our computers, they can look up jobs and apply for jobs, they can look at our job board, they can enroll in our program whether they're a youth or an adult. So anyone ages 14 to 24 is considered youth depending on their status, and then over 18 can go into the adult program. We have trainings that can be paid for through the grant money and the funding. And I always say anything from accountant or accounting to zoology on that approved training list. And it's at no cost. They just have to meet the criteria. Then we can help pay for things like maybe scrubs if they're going to be a CNA, or they need a tool belt because they're going to go learn how to be a electrician or something to that effect. And then with the youth program, on the other side, then we have what's called a WEX, a work experience, and they get to just go and hopefully get placed with an employer locally and get work experience, and that goes onto their resume and teaches them, proper work etiquette and some training on jobs, and hopefully get a job at the end of it. On the job training program, we reimburse the employer for the time that they're training individuals, and the least amount of hours is 240 hours, and that can go all the way up. I've done some for 1,000 hours, 900 hours.
All right, so the people that come to you for this service, what do I have to have for my, do I have to have a driver's license? Do I have to have show some place where I'm living?
Yeah, proper ID. The
Place of
program,
residence?
Yeah, the place of residence. You have to be a Nevada resident, and then
Okay.
you have to be in our, hopefully in our service area, which is Nye County and Esmeralda County. So we serve all of Nye and Esmeralda County for the workforce. And then at Nye Communities Coalition, we also serve Lincoln County.
Yes.
We just don't do workforce up there.
Oh, okay.
Because there's
so
a
that's-
lady up there that handles workforce up
That's
there.
where that dropped off. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I know all three of them are included in your moniker, not
Right.
the one that you have on. Though.
Nope. That's why the big E for Esmeralda and Lincoln counties.
Yes.
And then they can come and use we have a clothing closet. They can come and get clothes for interviews. They can get clothes if let's say they get hired, but they don't have proper dress attire. We can supply them a few outfits until they get some paychecks in and that type of stuff to afford clothing. And then, like I said, we have just all kinds of other services for the community.
That's including shoes too.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have there. I
And it's all
remember that.
donation. It's
Yes.
things that are
Clean
donated.
donations.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And then, again, we are putting on our job fair. We used to host them quarterly. We haven't done one in quite a while, so we're going to host a job fair. We've got employers coming, and we're still accepting more employers to come and reserve their spot. It's no fees for the employers. They can come, set up their table, bring their job applications, their job openings. They can meet with individuals, do interviews on the spot, have them fill out their applications, all that kind of stuff. We still have lots of openings for employers to come, and then the job seekers come in. If you don't have interview clothes, come into the resource room, get you some decent clothing or some attire to whatever you're looking for in that type of work, and build your resume in the resource room ahead of time, and then come and meet the employers for your next career. Shake hands, meet them personally.
And where are these computers at?
So the computers are in the resource room. It's 1020 East Wilson Road.
Okay.
Everybody says the road behind
Yeah,
Walmart.
Walmart,
Everybody knows that, right?
We're in front of the Southern Nye County School District. That's what they don't use.
Yeah. Across from the school district, exactly. The job fair is from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Friday, May 16th. And come one, come all. Come in early. The employers and we're going to have some of our training schools come out, the colleges, so they have that information, some other services in town, but meet the employers and come in and get set up. The employers can set up anywhere from an hour early, so they can come in at 10 and set up and be ready when we open the doors for the general public at 11.
And what are some of the people that have the services that'll be over there? Some of the, not you want to call them vendors,
Yeah, vendors, partners,
teachers.
community services here in the facility, in the community.
Because I know you've had the veteran services there in the
Veteran
past.
services, we've had health and human services there.
Yes.
Some of the employers that have already said they're going to be there, Spring Mountain Motor Resort, Nye County, because Nye County has quite a few openings right now. So they will be there. Their human resource individuals will be there. We've got some of the home health employers here in town that are looking for personal care attendants and CNAs, nurses. I believe Desert View Hospital is going to be there, Pahrump Health and Rehab. Trying to think just off the top of my head. There's some others that'll be here in town. And of course, we still have a lot of openings. So we're still recruiting employers to come and still just want to get the advertisement out there early so we have a nice turnout of job seekers and employers, local employers.
Oh, interesting. Now, the raceway, the speedway, what kind of jobs do they have over there?
So
Not drivers, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, no, they have their school assistants. Their they hire people that basically they drive and move the cars from the car wash and over to the shop where they do mechanic work. They do have mechanic jobs. They have flaggers. They have just a whole array. They have, they've got their restaurant up there too, so they have
I forget about that all the time.
Yeah, they have hospitality positions as well. So, servers and bartenders and cooks and all that as well.
So this is one way to get a job over there. I'm sure you can go over there if you know where you're going over there. But this is the easy way to do it when you have the job fair. And you have the job fairs quarterly?
Used to have them quarterly. We haven't had one in, I want to say it's been over a year.
Time flies.
I know, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I believe we did one last, a year ago, February maybe, comes to mind, but not quite sure.
So wait for you. Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyway, come to the job fair, 1020 East Wilson Road, Friday, May 16th from 11 to 2. Use the resource room for your resources. Come in, build your resumes, get your interview clothing from our clothing closet. Find out about our training list, which is called the Eligible Training Provider List. We call it the ETPL. You can look at that on employeenv.gov and go to job seekers and education and training. It's got a whole array of trainings that are on that list that people can go to and hopefully have it 100% paid or a percentage of it paid. Talk to our career coaches, talk to our people in the resource room, talk to local employers, and if you're hopefully going to get hired somewhere, even at the job fair, we can talk to them about a letter of intent to hire, hopefully turn that into an on-the-job training where the employer will get the incentive if they hire you to get reimbursed wages while they're training you. And so that's a great incentive for local employers to use our resources.
Not knowing if you have them this time around, but in the past you have the CDL
license? Yeah, we have a few CDL programs. One of them has already confirmed they will be there.
Oh,
one
okay.
of our
Yes.
CDL trucking trainers, they will be there. And one of our biggest ones, everybody thinks is PBS as the public broadcasting free TV, but they also are on our list of trainers. They've got a wide array of courses that you can take through them that are on our approved list. So.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Channel 25 going to be there?
Yes, they are.
Are they?
Yeah.
I just threw that off the top of my head.
Yeah, I sent them the invite. They asked if they could promote it out in the community, and I said, yes, can you come and post your positions and not only attend the event to look for people that you may be hiring or interns, that type of stuff.
Talk show hosts.
And then, of course, cover the event, bring the cameras and cover the event in the community and put that out there. So,
Yes, great.
yeah.
All right, so let's go over this real quick for the last minute or so. So this is for all vendors. Tell us a little bit about when it is.
So Friday, May 16th, from 11 to 2, the vendors can come in as early as 10 o'clock and set up their tables. They can, bring their job openings, their applications printed so that individuals can complete them right there. If they have people that need to complete applications online, they can, of course, interview them there, and then we can have them go over to our resource room.
Yes.
And use the computers there to apply online if they need to. Bring whatever you want to put on your table, within reason, to attract people to your table and your open positions. I do believe a couple of the fireworks, local fireworks companies will be there looking.
Without fireworks.
Yeah, without fireworks, but they will be looking. They always, their season, starts now.
That's right.
And goes through, the big 4th of July and all that. So they're looking for warehouse people and stockers and cashiers and all that kind of stuff, and all of the fireworks.
And this is where the state police, they start too, giving tickets.
Yeah, which is, anyway, that's a whole other.
It's strange how that works.
That's a whole other issue, John. We're not getting into that.
All right, so this is at 1020 East Wilson behind the Walmart. Thank you as always for coming here. We always have a good time.
Yeah, thanks.
And we have a good time talking to you. We'll see you later.